Okay, this presentation we're going to go through shows creating a couple parts with using the assembly software. There's a couple different ways to do this, but according to the way this thing is dimensioned, actually assembly is the easiest way to actually create these parts. There's a couple things on it though I do want to kind of put up as a word of warning here. First of all, we're missing a dimension. We're missing an angle right here. So we're just going to go with an angle out of thin air and work with it. As well as there's a different way to do this whole issue of angle, and that's a rise and a run, which basically means a run of a distance from front to back and then a rise from floor to ceiling. And that's a lot of ways a lot easier if you have those numbers to work in the software. But we'll work it both ways for now and kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and get started with this. First thing we're going to do is jump into assembly. So let's create a new assembly. Bring the assembly over. I'm going to maximize it here so it's easier to see it. I'm going to select a material and a die. Just go with that die right there. Now we're going to work with pick points, and based upon this drawing, I like to work from center out. And there's several ways to work it, but I just like to go center out. It really kind of cleans everything up on how to work with it and so on. So that's what we're going to do is work with that dimension. So the 53 and 39 dimensions, we're going to split those in half. So we work from center out is what we're going to do. The other thing is I'm assuming that this is the same part. This is the side view of it, and this is the looking down from the top of the two different parts, the left and right hand side. So I'm assuming that. I think I'm right, but that's what I'm going to go with. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a pick point based upon this point right here. So we'll go to pick points under create and edit, and then set reference of a single point here. And we're going to go to the left half of 53.5, which is, do it on my calculator here, which is 26.5. Or half of 53, I mean, which is 26.5. So let's go to the left, 26.5. So there's my point there. I hit apply to turn it green, and then I'm still using this as my reference point. So we'll go to the right off that same reference point, 26.5. So that's going to give me that point there. Now I am going to actually create both parts at the same time with pick points, but you could create one and mirror it. To me, this is just easier just to get it done like this. So we're going to clear the values. Now I'm going to go up 24.5 inches from the base. And let me bring this over here. That's the 24.5 inches is right here. That's what I'm going off of. So let's go ahead and select this point right here, apply that, select this point here and apply that. I'm actually going to come off of here too, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to go off the middle. There's a little bit different technique here that I like to use with this particular case. And what that is, that's because of the issue of the 30 inches. I'm referring to that 30 inches right here. I know that's 30 inches, I don't know the angle. I'm going to guess 40 degrees for sake of argument for now. So it's 30 inches at 40 degrees. So what we're going to do with that then is we're going to jump over here. We're going to go to angle, and this is like 3 concentric circles, and each circle represents a direction. And the one we're going to use is this red one, and use this dot right here. The reason is it's going to come off this point and go into that plane, that direction. The angle is 0 is straight back, and I said it's going to be 40 degrees up. So we're going to put in 40, and the distance or length is going to be that 30 inches. I'm going to come off of this point right here and hit apply on that. Right, and that's going to give us the center point of, that's going to give us the center then right here, halfway between those two 39, the 39. So let's go ahead and work 39 off of this point up here that we just created. So I go back to reference, set reference to this point right here, go clear my values, and then go to the left half of 39, which is 19.5. So put 19.5 in there, apply that. And then same thing going to the right, 19.5, apply that. And so that's that point, that point. Now we're going to go back 25 inches. So I'm going to clear my values, go towards the, actually I'm going to go towards the front, I'm sorry. I'm going to go to the front, with 25 inches. That's coming off of this point here. Apply that, and this point here, and apply that. Now, I might have made this backwards, so I should have probably went up at 40 degrees towards the back, because what we call back is actually this way, not that way. But for argument's sake, it's going to be fine for this particular example because the parts are symmetrical. But that gives you an idea. So now we actually have all my points. So we're going to make 2 parts. They're going to be go back to main and then hit bent part. There's going to be 2 bends. I'm just plain connect the dot. Tell it I have that's my part name. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bent part, there's going to be 2 bends. And then select the base point, next bend, and the end point. And that, in fact, is my drawing. So if we take a look at it, that's what it looks like from the front, from the top, and so on, from the side. That's what I have. Now I've got both parts. I jump over to Parts, select the part from my list, and then go Custom 3D. And now it's going to give me a cut length, a bend location, rotation, bend angle, and spring angle if you got spring back stuff set up for each one of those parts. So you do that for each. So you do that for each one. So again, I grab my second one. It's going to be the same exact thing, except the rotation is going to be the opposite direction. So that's how you do it. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.